This hotel has 22 rooms. And right next door is Fairmont Le Château Frontenac with more than 600 rooms. When I was booking during Quebec's Winter Carnival, the Fairmont still had rooms available. Auberge du Tresor sold out. I eventually stayed here for $284 a night. Not the cheapest. Budget hotel chains were around $200. Not the most expensive either. The Fairmont was more than triple the price. Traditional business wisdom says scale wins. Bigger hotels have lower costs, better buying power, massive marketing budgets. So how does a 22-room boutique hotel not just survive, but thrive next to one of the most famous hotels in the world? First thing you notice, this building is old, like really old. And that's not just aesthetic. You can't just decide to build another 17th century stone building in old Quebec. Heritage rules basically freeze supply. So there will only ever be a limited number of boutique hotels like this. Chains can build another property somewhere else in Quebec, but they can't replicate this. That scarcity quietly creates pricing power. And yes, maintaining stone walls and heritage features is expensive. Renovations take longer, approvals are stricter. But guests are willing to pay a premium for the feeling of staying somewhere with history. And that premium adds up over the years. In other words, the building itself is part of the business model. Let me show you the room. You get a comfortable bed, nice linen, stone walls, a small but well-done bathroom, and a lot of character. Now, they do have the basics. There's a minibar fridge, a desk phone, a TV. But notice what's deliberately restrained. The TV isn't some massive 70-inch screen that costs a fortune to mount and maintain. It's decently sized. There's no elaborate in-room safe with digital keypads and IT infrastructure. No complex entertainment systems with 12 or 15 remotes. No automated everything, curtains, lights, climate control tied to apps. At first glance, it may seem simple, but it's actually intentional. They've invested where it really matters. A really good bed, quality linens, maintaining these incredible heritage features. This window frame, the stone walls, they are over 300 years old. You can't buy that at IKEA. And they avoided the amenity hamstrings. Chains keep adding features because competitors have them, not because guests actually want them. This hotel focused on what people actually remember about their stay, the comfort of the bed and the character of the building, not whether the TV was 5 inches bigger. Let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. First, there's no franchise fees. So this is an independent hotel, and because it's independent, they're not sending a slice of revenue to a global brand every month. That alone means they can keep a meaningful chunk of income that chains would normally pay in royalties and marketing fees. And for a small property, that matters a lot. Also, there's lean operations. The team is small because the hotel is small, so decisions happen quickly. If something needs adjusting, maybe pricing, maybe a guest request, maybe some little operational tweaks here and there, it can happen almost immediately. Compare that to a large hotel with layers of management and approvals that you have to go through. And guests really feel that difference. Next is the strategic simplicity. Notice what they don't offer. There's not big conference facilities, there's not pools, there's no sauna, there's no gym here. Those things are incredibly expensive to build and run, and only a portion of guests actually use them. Honestly, if you're already walking up and down the hilly streets of Old Quebec, you probably don't need a gym while you're here. So instead, they've made a deliberate choice. Focus on travelers who don't need those amenities. And by narrowing their offering, they're able to keep costs under control without lowering perceived value. Then there's also the lower pressure for them to break even. And that's a very subtle but important point here. To cover costs, a 22-room hotel doesn't need that many guests each night. A 600-room hotel needs hundreds of guests. That difference reduces pressure during slower periods, especially in shoulder season. Another part of the business model is knowing exactly who they are serving. This hotel is not trying to be everything. Nah, it's clearly aimed at couples and romantic getaways, culture-focused travelers, people who want atmosphere over amenities. They're not targeting the large tour groups or people here on business conferences or luxury amenity seeker. By being specific, they become the obvious choice for the group that they actually want to serve. Meanwhile, large hotels have to serve a much broader audience. The Fairmont tries to serve everyone. Well, everyone with a lot of money to spend. This boutique hotel serves one segment extremely well. Now, of course, it's not all upside here. There's a natural revenue ceiling. You can only sell so many room nights. This hotel would never be a $50 million property. The owner probably makes a very comfortable living, but it's not building an empire. Staffing is also less flexible. If someone calls in sick, it's felt immediately. When I was here, I think I saw just one cleaning staff. And also, because technology is simpler, there's no big loyalty ecosystem that would drive repeat bookings. Apart from that, small properties are also very exposed to tourism swings. If Carnival or summer tourism drops in Quebec City, they would have a problem. But Fairmont Chateau Frontenac has a diversified revenue stream from conference facilities or restaurants that it can absorb the swings from tourism drop. Auberge du Tresor faces a concentrated risk and would get a harder hit if tourism drops. These are real vulnerabilities because the model really isn't that perfect. The key takeaway is this boutique hotel isn't trying to beat the big chain at its own game. It's playing a different game entirely. They'll never beat Chateau Frontenac on amenities, technology, or brand recognition. But Fairmont can't replicate this 300-year-old building. It can't replicate the owner greeting you by name or the decision flexibility that you get while you're here. And that's why both hotels can sit side by side and both still be successful. If you want pools, points, and full-service luxury, the Fairmont makes sense. But if you want character, intimacy, and a sense of place, this boutique hotel delivers. You should check out my video here explaining the economics behind the Quebec Winter Festival. Thanks. See you soon.